Nous bon, nous la game. Alright, j'aime te dire moi et inviter aujourd'hui son monde que moi te gagne quelque temps que me devais faire petit chita par la velle et me essayer faire le que me plus ap écrit sur haitibiography.com mais je pense que jodi dans KreyolJam dans biographie Lari it's a pleasure son honneur pour me gagner avec et yon DJ m'pa même DJ but son jazz moi gagne avec the one and only Haitian King of New York, DJ Stax in the building. It's a pleasure, my friend. Thank you for taking the time to come here. I know you have a busy schedule, so thank you. I really appreciate it. How are you?
I'm good. Kikachi, how are you?
Na forme, son plaisir. Et est-ce que vous avez un headset pour Stax? En forme? En forme, vous t'aimez bien Stax? All right, good, bien. En tout cas, j'aime t'aime dire nous et the idea pour biographie Lari c'était toujours pour me have on sait de monde qui a travaillé dans Haitian Malan monde juste ouais non yo juste ouais sous flyer mais qui pas vraiment connaît moun yo bien et c'est dans comme ça que chaque dimanche moi j'ai une sélection et de guests que m'a fait et pas juste prendre monde parce que est disponible pour monde parce que me connais que they can bring some insight or they can bring something that people don't really know about. And that's how I thought of you. I said, oh, you know, I need to have DJ Stax on the show. So first of all, for people who don't know DJ Stax, tell them a little bit about yourself.
I'm light skinned and I'm from Brooklyn. DJ Stax, bon, something Godzilla. Born and raised in Brooklyn. Both of my parents are Haitian. Just in love with music. I don't know, I'm a representative of the culture.
Okay, you said just in love with music. Mm-hmm. Is it every type of music or just is it music in general or do you have a specific liking?
You know, it's funny. It goes by mood.
Okay.
It's and I'm so open minded. Like today could be zouk, tomorrow could be compa, the next day could be R&B. I listen to rock. Like it's just very random with me, which brings different concepts to play.
So let me ask you this: how did this love for music come about?
I feel like it was inherited. I mean, my father was always into music. My older brothers, and I just felt like it just, came into play. I don't know.
It just came into play.
Yeah.
So when did you start DJing? Like when did parce que you know ou pas juste gen moun ki di c'est DJ mais yo pas vraiment DJ. Ou même ou son DJ. Vous comprenez ça m'a dit là comme si moi même par exemple moi même dans média but l'on fait comparaison ça que me fait avec conseil de monde comme si that this is their profession for them. Ou même you're a professional DJ. Right. So how did that come about? Because it's not something that people just take like that and do.
I mean, like I said, growing up in it, and I was always around it. Like I had older cousins in Queens that were like really into hip hop, and they had the turntables at the house. I was always trying to play with that, and then my father had them at the house, and he was always listening to Haitian music, and my older brother was listening to reggae. I don't know. It was just, I guess, it was a feeling, and I took it, and I made it. I felt like I wanted to take it serious. Mm-hmm. Not like there's I see where it can go, and I see where it brought certain people. Mm-hmm. Some people do it for fun, and me, I just took it like I felt like it could take me to different places, which it has.
Let me ask you this: you said where it could take people. What was your biggest influence as far as DJs?
In terms of a DJ, like influence DJ to me, I want to say like the Jam Master J's of back then. And when I say back then, Jam Master J's,
okay.
Back then I didn't know the business, but I saw crowds. I saw big amounts of people. And then you see like the evolution of DJ Khaled, which I've been around for a long time. It's just that, social media put him on a different platform.
Yeah.
And to see where it can take, like this something as simple as being a DJ could have you afford a nice car. It's very simple. Or a house. Some people don't look at it like that. And back then, DJs were frowned upon. It was like, DJ, I want a doctor or I'll be a lawyer. When you have DJs making the same amount of money, if not more now. So, I just felt like there's a bigger picture to everything.
But let me ask you this. In the Haitian community, the DJs, DJ Kapmasheo, it's not a lot.
Right.
Do you think it's because of the way they do business or it's because there's too much of them?
I think it's a combination of all of that. One, being a DJ in the Haitian business is not easy.
Okay.
Everybody's pretty much doing the same
What's
thing.
the biggest difficulty?
I mean, everybody's doing the exact same thing, playing the exact same records, if not the same way. I can't say for me because I felt like I brought a different flavor to it. The difference is being a Haitian DJ in the Haitian community, you can get stuck. Being a DJ that's Haitian representing the community is a different story. Like me, I don't feel like I'm necessarily in the HMI. I feel like I'm a representative of the HMI outside of it.
Okay.
So it's almost like Ayiti and Gomba. It's like when you're there with them, that's just Stax. That's busy mix or whatever. And then when you're outside, everybody else is, oh my God. Then it's like, oh no, he's Haitian.
So you pas penser que you buy ça qui avait nous.
No.
You pas buy valeur mais ça qui dehors ba valeur. Is that one of the reasons why? I know you do a lot of business. When I was introducing you, I said c'est bon DJ son jazz because it's vraiment rare pour where you affiche surtout dans New York pour parler DJ Stax in it. Even if you're not gonna be there, it's just like people know if they put you on the flyer, people are just gonna show up. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of times people, you know, si moi même moi souffrir de lui, ou même c'est pas ça, et pas même qui pas souffrir de lui, where they put your name on a flyer, and you're like, what is this? Est-ce que c'est une raison qui fait que you kind of like ventured out a little bit?
One of the reasons. I mean, one would be I started on the outside actually. It's funny coming into the HMI and because I was seeing how the DJs are playing, like the Dream Teams back then, Untouchables. But yeah, you can't wait. It's like with the business, with the HMI business, you can't wait for anybody to do anything for you. You have to do it yourself. You go out and just create your own, and you know, see my shit. So with me, it was more like I'm not gonna wait for anybody. Even though I'm there, I know I have the platform, but there's but so much you can do. I feel like there's a ceiling in the HMI, and you get to a certain place where, okay, what else can you do? What else can you possibly do? Like, you know, I've done shows, I've done the BB Kings, I've introduced the BB Kings, the glass, the this, the that, and it's like, okay, you can do, but so much. Where are you gonna go with it? A Compa Fest, or you know, like a Lari, and it's still something that doesn't last. It's like there's a time limit on it.
Okay.
You have to keep revamping and you know, forming everything. So to me, I felt like I want to bring bits and pieces of everything into the business and bring the business out so people can see it.
But let me ask you something. Game bagay that I think you kind of like not introduced but really played a major role in it is to coming up with themes in parties. When did you want to start? When did you want to stop just playing at an event but coming up with your own events?
I think that was always part of the picture. It's always, you know, the bigger picture. Playing the events are cool. Like, you know, like I said, it's because I bounce back and forth. So I'm in the American events, I'm in urban events, I'm in the Caribbean events. When I say dancehall and soca, and then I'm in the Haitian community. So it's like, why can't we do this? And when I'm outside, a lot of the people that's in the business, or I mean, in these parties are outside. They go everywhere. You just won't know unless you know, it's almost like you go to for example, I played in this club called Temptations. Like I was probably like 17, and the DJ, one of my boys came and he said, "Stax, I want you to play Haitian music." I'm looking at him like, "What? Like, are you bugging? Like, it's not. I'm here all the time. It's not a Haitian party." And they're like, "Yo, bro, play Haitian music." And in the minute I dropped the Haitian record, inside just éclaté, and it's like you won't know who's there unless you point them out. So, to me, the themes. I felt like, you know, you got to get creative. You got to give people a reason. Like I personally feel like women are the parties. Okay. And I'm not about, you know, the men is whatever, but men come out because women are there. Whereas women, I can't say come out because men are going to be there. It's more, so, I think it's a little different. But so you have to give reasons to come out. So, you know, dress up, you know, color coordination, give people a reason to go shop, give people a reason to be excited about the party. If it's boring, it's just like it's a Kreyol class, or it's a Jacko T-Vice. That's cool, but how long can you do that for?
But let me ask you, do you think, you know, we're, 62 or 63 years of compa?
Right.
Do you think the business is boring?
I don't think the business is boring. I think the promoters are boring.
Okay.
I think.
What do you think needs to change?
Effort. I mean, the effort is like, I can go, Kit Kat, I want you to come to this party. Or, Kit Kat, yo, this party's gonna be crazy. I need you to come out. Oh my God, yo, got no bed fed. See the enthusiasm of me.
Yeah, the hype.
The hype right there. I'm trying to get you in the mood. If I'm just go on in social media spoiled everything. Everybody. They used to go out and actually put in the work and give out flyers and people to see you. There's that interaction. Even me, like, till this day, I'll give out flyers sometimes. And people are like, why you giving out flyers? Stax, you shouldn't be doing that. Get your boys to do it. I'm like, yeah, but there's people that are upcoming that don't know my face. Or if they know my face and heard of me but don't know me on a personal level. Or even just interaction. Like, oh, Stax is cool. Like, somebody could say Kit Kat, I don't like her. But they cool with Busy Mix. And the fact that Busy Mix said Kit Kat was cool, all of a sudden Kit Kat is cool now. So when they see you, it's a different vibe. The promoters are not putting that effort in. It's almost like, I'm gonna go on social media and here's a bottle or here's a party, and it should be good because it looks good on paper, because the flyer is good. You know, Dream Graphics did a nice job. That was a plug, whatever. So,
Mr. Haiti, right? I see you.
So it's like, where's it makes it, social media made it harder. So where's the excitement? Yeah. You got to be out on the streets. You got to interact with people. There's different people coming out every day.
You said something that caught my attention. You said there's a lot of up and coming people that may not know who DJ Stax is, and you being out there, you know, kind of, you know, tell them, okay, this is a DJ that's working hard in the industry to come out. The HMI has a big problem. The problem is we have not come up with a solution in getting the young people to come out, you know, to come out and discover our music, our parties. You understand? You have now, when you go to parties, c'est même moun qui na quarantaine yo, qui na fin trentaine yo, qui même na cinquantaine yo. These are the same people. The same people you see in Brooklyn is the same people you're gonna see in Jersey. Is the same people you're gonna see in, you know, Queens. What do you think we need to do to get, because you're young and you have that young crowd behind you, and you know, what do you think we need to do to get younger people out?
You gotta give them a reason. Like, when I say that, when I say let me start with the HMI, and I'll start with the bands. Back then, all the bands came up with schools. If you think about it, all attached to some type of college. Either the St. John or LIU, you know, St. John's or LIU or certain schools like that, Brooklyn College. So they actually grew with the crowd. Okay. But now there's no attachment with the young bands. Like, it's almost like, I don't know if they're not in school, or maybe there's no more, you know, these are the school programs and stuff like that. But it's not about, the party is one thing, but it's fashion, it's who's doing what, who's who. Like, girls come out because they want to either, you know, show off how they look or meet somebody or whatever the case may be. It's like that, like I say, urban events, people popping bottles, there's flares everywhere. So it's like when we come to a Haitian party and we'll be in the HMI and we're like the only ones, you see 10 bottles popping out, everybody's like, oh my God, what are these guys doing? But you need that light. You need all of that part of it. So the promoters got to get up and get out. Like, they have to hit the streets. They have to interact, because nobody knows, like, let's say you sit down and there's names, prominent names that we know because you've been around. But let's say somebody coming out of college right now and you tell them, we shy man, or you tell them Boogie, or you tell them Show, who's that? Like, what party they did. And on top of that, they don't even care about what you did. Your history could be crazy. Like, I've done a lot. I feel like I've done a lot. And it's almost like, okay, that's cool. What else? What you got coming up next? I wasn't there. It's not my era. And I tell people all the time, like, I was there for the era of Jaku. I was super young. You tell somebody about Jaku now, okay, a younger person, you know. So it's like, you kind of look at them like, how'd you not know about it? Are you crazy? But then it's not their fault. It's not their time. You think about 10 years ago when somebody who was 11, they're 21 now. Yeah. Yeah. Now 10 years ago, what year was that? What year were you? 2010? I could talk about Amazon parties all day. So you have to reinvent yourself. You have to go out. And the bands too. I feel like the bands got to do the same thing. They have to, it's not just I'm such and such. No, it doesn't work that way. Like, you have to, social media is there to interact with people. People say something, talk back.
Yeah, a lot of people don't talk back. A lot of the Haitian artists, you get page, c'est vrai, page marché, c'est vrai, because people they don't understand. Like, I tell people this all the time. Ayiti Biyografi is not popular because it's not my page. Right. Kit Kat's page only has not even 5,000 followers. Right. You understand what I'm saying? They're not following me. They want to know what the artists are doing. Let me ask you a question. Do you think, gampil critique ki fet pou sa, a lot of bands complain about that the DJs don't help them come up. Do you think that the DJs can help come up? And if they can, are they helping for the new bands to come up?
I mean, the DJs are automatically helping you while playing your music. You don't play every day.
But this is the thing. See, the thing is they don't feel like the new music, young petit dia, jeune diaz yo, parce que DJ yo pa ba yo chance. Bon, me pose une question. Before you answer that question, let me tell you what I feel. And you tell me if it's the same thing for a DJ. I have Ayiti Biyografi, and the reality of it is I want my page to be popping. So I want, when I post the picture, I want the picture to get feedback on it. I want it to have likes. I want it to get reposts. So of course, I'm always going to be more, it's going to be easier for me to post something that I know that's going to get a reaction by somebody that I know that's already popular, right? So because of that, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I can't just keep posting people that are known. I have to give the up and coming artists an opportunity as well on the page. Is it the same thing with the music for the new bands?
It is the same thing. I mean, you know, obviously, it's like saying you took a picture of Rick Ross and you take a picture with a random. You know, obviously, you know that picture with Rick Ross. So I put it up, so I'm crazy, and then the picture with a random. But I feel like there's a disconnect between the DJs and the bands too. Like, again, comparison. DJs, artists are supposed to be hand in hand. You know, I felt like when I came into the game, it was like a separation in a sense. It was like the artists and the bands didn't respect the DJs, and we had to like force that. We had to almost bully it in a sense. Like I remember intermissions where I'm playing music and the bands just start doing sound check, and it was kind of like, nah, we're not doing that. Like, oh, what? So there's a disconnect. I feel like, first of all the bands, all band managers, or whatever they got to do, reach out to DJs, give them music. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to support. You know, what's funny is that I buy a lot of the music now. I don't even wait for nobody, because I always want to be on. I don't even wait. If you send it to me, cool. You don't send it to me, it's whatever. But I feel like the bands or the band managers should actually have a list with all the DJs and actually be in thing with them, communication with them. I mean, you might have your favorites. You might know who to cater to more. Everybody has that. At the end of the day, you can't knock it. You know, a DJ can't hit another DJ because you're the first one the person reaches out to, because the music is gonna go further. Now, some of the DJs I feel like are afraid to play new music. What is it to be afraid of? That's your job. Play it. If it don't work, okay, cool. My thing is, people who believe in you believe in what you say. If I go, this New England, yo, it's hot, I'm not afraid of somebody saying, no, it's garbage. That's your business. That's your opinion. I might get 50-50 reaction, but I said it's hot. I played it. You know what I mean? So I took my chance. Take a chance. Why not?
Let me ask you a question. With I played it, I said it's hot. Do you think at this point in your career you influenced the HMI?
Yeah, I believe so.
In what way?
In a lot of ways. I mean, the same way you talking about the themes of the parties, the whole everybody wants a new club. Like, I felt like for a while the business was stagnant, and then when I say we and my team kind of like popped up with, it was always like, I don't want to use this anymore. We're not trying nothing against Amazon or nothing like that. But I don't want to use Amazon. I don't want to use this. Let's use like Glass, which is Amadeus now. Let's do BB Kings. Let's do Highline Ballroom. Let's do this. Don't get me wrong. There were promoters doing major events such as Jazz Enterprise with Lari. You know, they were doing one-offs. Us, it was a little bit more consistent on a year, you know, throughout the year. So I feel like we've influenced a lot of the game in terms of themes. Like, I see a lot of themes that we've done in the past, all over everywhere. You know, I'm not gonna, oh my God, that's my theme. You know, hey, do your thing. You know, it's a good thing. It's kind of like, it's a blessing to see people pick and take from what you have created.
Trust me, I know it. I know the feeling.
It's all good. You know what I mean?
know the feeling.
It's all good.
Let me ask you this. A lot of people take crossing over a success. In my opinion, you have crossed over. You're one of the few DJs that have the opportunity to play on Hot 97 and different other events that c'est au même seul comme Haïtien qui représenter nous. What do you think brought that success to you?
Always being different, taking a chance. Like me coming up, I was a straight dancehall hip hop, and then with the compa, getting into the compa vibes, and no matter what, I always represent Haiti. Period. It didn't really matter. I never saw, you know, a thing with it. So it was almost like a, damn, why you represent, like I've had DJs, why you represent Haiti so much? Like, why you always got a flag on? Why you always, like, was you even born in? Like, no. Like, so why you go so hard? I'm like, why not? You know, like, I don't know. It was just something with me, it was just part of that. But so I feel like with me always representing and always representing and always representing, and then it's like, I always say this, and you know, some people may take it away, some people might not, but I always say, like, Wyclef somewhat made it cool to the younger people to be Haitian. And I feel like I made it cool for the music. In a sense where there was no point about playing no regular club. That was like unheard of. To the point where I mean, my parents used to yell at me, "I'll drop anybody, and now it's like you walk into a club and you hear a Kaimi, you hear a T-Vice, and now it's no longer with me having to be there. I know back in the days it was like I walked in, they playing it because I'm here. Now it's like it's a norm. Like like people have playlists. It's like Stax, I really want to play it, and I feel like music has changed. So now it's all one. So I think part of that success was me always being true to my culture and always represented. So now it's like, oh, nah, we know Stax for this, and it's not just he's here in this Haitian box, because I went through that too. Like, oh, Stax is playing music, but damn, he's almost like he's doing too much. So you know what? They try to shelter him in this box, and it's like, nah, you can't even do that. Because when it comes to reggae, hip hop, and soca, I'm right here with you. So now it became all right. You know what?
Let me ask you this. Hot 97 is a big radio station. There's no doubt about that. And I know me, for the first time when I heard you on Hot 97, I was like, oh man, we here, we made it. You understand? I'm not gonna lie. How did that come? How did that first experience on? Because I know you've been there more than once. How did that come about?
Wow. I mean, you know, like I said, relationships. I was always cool with all the DJs up there, the Flexes, the Mrs. C's especially. You know, DJ Enough. My relationships with a lot of radios was always, because I'm on the streets, I'm out. So it's like you always see the combination of me and DJ Self, me and this person, me and DJ Khaled. And I was actually one of the, if not, I'm gonna say the first, but like there wasn't that many DJs throwing parties that want to go pay Mrs. C $1,000 to be in the party. I'm talking about even in a bottle. Like I used to bring these DJs, because I looked at it like, they look at me like Stax is a Haitian DJ, he plays everything else. They don't know my world. They're not gonna just come to your party. Like these dudes are super, in their own world they're super big. So it's like, okay, you know what? I'm booking you to come into my world to see what we do. And it's almost like all of them had the same reaction. Oh my God, like this is not what we thought. They listen to hip hop, yeah. They listen to, I see this person all the time, yeah. Like audience of the reggae, yes, it's all the same. So, I mean, the first time came about, so after the whole earthquake thing, and then they all kind of like, Hot 97 and Power 105, but Hot 97 reached out first, and it was more so like, yo, who's the hottest on the street stacking?
It's you.
And everybody was like, Stax. So like, okay, cool. And what's crazy about it is a lot of the, you know, HMI, the Haitian DJs were upset. Oh, why they pick Stax? Because I Stax, I love the boy, this and the third. And they're not realizing that it's not just about the combat, it's about the culture and who's on the streets. So that happened. It was very weird because it was like, it was pressure on both ends, because you have, and I don't know if people understand the whole radio game is crazy. Like when I say that, meaning if you have two radios in competition, Power 105 and Hot 97, commercials are almost around the same time. So now if Hot 97 plays a record that people don't like, people automatically turn it down.
Yeah,
Ratings,
I don't do that, but,
down,
but my daughter, she's famous for that.
The ratings go down, but what it is that you can see it now. So the people behind the boards, they see, oh, Hot 97 just dropped, Power 5 just went up. So for me to be called up, and it wasn't even like Stax come play 1 or 2 records, play a whole hour. So that's like putting your whole thing on the line, because everybody could have just switched off. Yeah. But it wasn't that. It was actually even crazier. So the experience was dope. And then from then it was just like, all right, you know, Stax is here, he represents, and it just went on from there. And then
nice.
Power 5, and I did Power 105, I did WBLS, and it just grew.
Let's talk about let's go back to the Haitian music industry. You know, like we discussed, ou son moun qui fait plusieurs programmes, ou inventé programmes, and now you have this whole Miami takeover thing. This not even Miami, it's a takeover thing, because I see you're trying to take over everywhere now. You understand? How did that come about? And before we talk about even how that came about, like we know that has created a lot of problems for DJ Stax. Yeah. When did you think about this idea, and did you expect all this back and forth with it?
The idea just came about, like you said, it's like La Jeunesse, it's like in a sense where we go out, so we going to Miami, partying all the time, and not necessarily all the Haitian parties, we'll pick and choose what bars to go to. And it was more so like, all these bars are the same. Okay. And us being from New York, it's like we see the bars all the time. And I don't go to Florida to in a club all day. Like, you want to go to pool parties, you want to go to barbecues, like things that a lot of people in New York don't do on a regular basis. So we just kind of just sat back and just, like, for example, the pool party came about. It was just sitting there chilling. It was like, yo, let's do something else. And just shot a text real quick. And then, you know, let's buy this and buy that. And it just grew literally from us for like a good 4 years, you know, free food, free drinks every Sunday of that weekend. And it became expensive. It was like, okay, now we're spending like $8,000, $10,000 to give people, hold up, let's throw a party to pay for it. So then we did the Saturday night, which was wide open in Miami at the time. You might have 1 or 2 bottles, but nothing crazy. And it just felt like, I mean, I don't know how deep you want me to go into that, but we just felt like the newer generation and even the older generation, some people were tired of doing what they were doing. It was boring.
But thinking about what it has caused, because a lot of people who's you know gonna watch the interview and who's watching now may not know that, of course, tout le monde connaît que devine parler de Miami, parler de Compa Fest.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so when you get DJ Stax that have the Miami takeover, so définitivement ça vient créer un petit friction entre Compa Fest et DJ Stax.
Right.
Et moi pense que gain crowd for both types of events. Gen moun ki vle, moi gen moun ki monte pour Compa Fest, mais qui gain yon fête. Usually most of the yacht party they don't everybody negotiate. You understand what I'm saying? They're like, oh, that's where I'm going that weekend. So pense que gagne espace pour tous les deux fêtes yo. Mais par contre, a lot of times, you know, in the Haitian community, we sometimes feel like if we started something and then someone comes over and do something different at the same time, ça cause un problème. So how, if you were able to make a decision, would you have still made the same decision to do it that same weekend?
Because it wasn't about, I mean, like I said, it was, the way it came about, it was like, against the weekend, people are here. At first, it was more so that people are there. Now, people are actually flying in for that. Like, not even, like non-Haitians. So it became something else, but it didn't, for other, like, people may think that it's just, Stakz just chose to come throw parties and violate. Nah, not even. It was more so a business decision.
Okay.
It was more so like, you know, I was doing business with Rodney, and if anything, what's crazy is that the weekend was supposed to be part of Compa Fest.
Okay.
All the ideas that I came to the table with, and it just didn't work out that way. We didn't see eye to eye with certain things, and
okay,
okay, cool.
So is it fair to say that you did give him an option for you guys to do it together?
Most definitely. Well, the pool party would have been, which is the beach party now, would have been part of that. But you can't. What's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's not even that, but you can't. Sometimes you can't change somebody's mentality. Like people think how they think. Everybody, you know, some people are open to no ideas, some people are not. So. He was like, okay, cool. No disrespect to him, and no beef with the man. I see him, I say whatever all the time. Might even buy him a drink. But you know, it's you gotta cater to everybody. Like the world, like I said, the world is changing. People who came out were going out 20 years ago, 10 years ago, are not the same people out now. So you can't expect the same thing. You can't expect change doing the same thing.
Let me ask you this. For example, Haitian Beats, they throw their unplug. They do it in Miami. They do it Labor Day weekend. They're working on doing it in Canada. Everywhere there's a major event, a major weekend, you know, Haitian Beats do their unplug.
Which is dope. We
know now you have the Miami takeover. If I'm not mistaken, I saw the Labor Day weekend takeover. Can we expect to have a weekend like Miami in New York?
Yeah, most definitely.
Canada?
Most definitely.
You working on big things, huh? Up on the weekend, you'll take over on that.
It's just creating. I feel like you have to create a new vibe. People want it, and they're looking for it. It's just, you know, sometimes you settle and you deal with whatever's there, but they want it. Believe it, they want it.
Let me ask you this. You are on, this is an example, and I just want your answer. You're on Hot 97, example, and they say, you know what, DJ Stax, I need you to play 2 songs that's gonna have tout Haitien branché right now. At this moment, what would you play?
Probably on a level that I tip, Côté Plaisir and Boali. That's my vibe. And it could be, wow, it could be a Kai, Mala. I mean, that's all depends on the mood, I guess.
Speaking of Kai, I know you were very, very close with Kai. Very close, you know, you're on their album and everything, in their video and everything. How did that breakup affect you?
Oh man,
Because I know you were a big Kaimi fan.
Hurt my heart. Killed me. That. It's almost the same. Like I came up in that era. I came up with Kaimi in a sense. It might be a couple years older than me, but I came up with that. So, you know, there's certain parts of there's like certain parts of your life that you remember certain things, like certain clubs, certain eras. It was like that. Still hurts. Still hurts.
Let me ask you. We know that Class has a huge success in the HMI, a success that you can't ignore. What do you think brought that success? Is it just the music, in your opinion?
No, I mean the music is great, but if you see how they came out with all of the parts that I told you that are missing with everybody else. They came out. They had photographers, videographers constantly blasting where they're at, what they're doing, who they're with. Like they media literally took over the media in the HMI, like where all the other bands were just chilling and live posts here and there, and the party was nice, keep it moving. They repeatedly just kept like this. So I feel like that's one. Two, fashion. Like when you think about Clash, you think about them dressing up. You'll share the band. They got Fetch Up there, my guy. Like they do all of the things that keep people intrigued, in a sense. So it's like the music is good, so the music follows through. You have these superstar cats. Like they created a vibe where you just can't ignore it.
What's the biggest difference between the DJ Stax team and the Class Soldas?
My team? What do you mean? Like,
you create a hype.
Right.
And I think, in my opinion,
right,
that hype is something that also the Class Soldas.
Right.
Right. Solda, you're on the forums like myself.
Yeah.
Like, because when you have somebody like Frankie, and you're on his page, like, même si pas DJ Stax, you're gonna want to go and check it out. So he does the same job for Chloe's.
Right.
You understand? So to me, I think your team plays a big role in your success.
Of course.
Is there a comparison between the way your team works and the way the Class Soldas work?
Yeah, there's a big difference. I mean, I feel like the Soldas be going in. Like, they try to violate anything. We try to keep it more peaceful. Like, it's more like, yes, it's pro DJ Stax. Yes, we're doing this and the third. And if anything, the way I used to be the bully and I used to be the one kind of getting at people and da-da-da-da. It's funny to see the business now, like, and I see T-Joe like cracking jokes on people, and I see, and I know Haitians are very sensitive, so people in the music business. So where that used to be me picking on DJs, and somebody say something, and I'm quick to react. Now it's more so like I'm not even gonna ignore it. I'm not even gonna entertain that, because you entertaining it is giving it more light. Where I feel like, let's say the Soldas, like the Class Soldas, like what they fail to realize is you pro class. But then let's say you're going against New Look and you're cracking mad jokes on Arlie, you're really just giving the man light, if you think about it. Somebody who didn't care about Arlie or New Look is going to be like, why are you talking about him so much? Let me go listen to his music and see what he's about. So, I don't know. I think there's a big difference.
Speaking of you being a bully and you picking on DJs, we know that L'on parle de DJ, two names are definitely going to come up.
Right.
It's going to be DJ Stax and it's going to be Tony Mix.
Right.
Speak to us about your past with Tony.
Right.
How is it now? And my dream is to have a DJ Stax Tony Mix event in New York, possibly SOBs.
Right.
You understand? Not because I don't think we can fill up Amazura, but just because I know I want it to be lit.
Right.
So tell us about your relationship with Tony.
I mean, back then it wasn't necessarily the best, and I say that because it was just weird. Like my interaction with him was like, let's say right after the earthquake, I remember we had Blackberries, and he hit me up and was like something about the whole. Matter of fact, it was the start of the whole album, like whatever, I got something I want you to help me with. Cool. So I went to do a show in what was it? Pacanasi. I think it was Jacques. So we finished doing the show, and then we went to I think it was called Mangoes at the time.
Okay. Yeah, Mangoes in Pétionville. Yeah,
it was Mangoes
where faces used to be.
Right. So we went there, and then I was vibing with Boycott Crew and them. They was like, do a set. So I went to do a set. So I did a set, and then he did a set. To me, it was nothing crazy. It wasn't like it was like 3,000 people there. It was very intimate. And then
3,000 people intimate.
No, I said it wasn't like it was 3,000 people. It was like intimate setting, like maybe 100, 120 people, something like that. It wasn't crazy, but we was all vibing. And then it's funny how that goes. So there was a Kaimi not too far. So I remember after I played, I was like, yo, he started his set or whatever, and then I was like, I want to go to Kaimi. So we, broke up everything and went to Kaimi. So next day, I'm getting blasts like, oh, did Stax get blah 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 last night? And I'm like, how? Like it wasn't even that kind of vibe. But I remember I recorded everything. So I was like, what? So I went online.
You went in.
Started blasting like, are you crazy? That's impossible. And then, I started getting the calls like, Stax, you in Haiti for a week. When I see something, you say you got to be killed, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I didn't entertain it. So come back to New York, it was more like a weekly thing. I said, oh, okay, I see what's going on. No problem. So then I just patiently waited for Labor Day weekend at Howard Park. And I did what I had to do.
I remember that.
So it was like, okay, cool. But to me, it was like, the part I didn't like about it was his approach at the time. It was more so like very disrespectful. So it could have got ugly.
Okay.
Where to me it was like, you know what, it could go here. And because there's a video on YouTube where he's like, talking crazy and da-da-da. And this, so now people are calling me like, Stax, like, how you want to deal with that? I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, if it goes negative or gets physical, it's not good for the business, it's not good for our looks. And I'm in a different place. So I'm like, all right, you left it alone. But from then, I also said, honestly speaking, I look at it like me and you are not on the same level. So I just won't give you the privilege of playing with me anymore. So now that's where it became like, okay, they want to Stax 20 mix, Stax 20 mix, Stax 20 mix. I'm like, yo, he's doing this thing 80, that's cool. I feel like I'm everywhere else. It didn't really matter to me. So that's where it was like me and him didn't really see eye to eye, or he felt like he was super god and I feel like I'm up here. So it was, I guess, a clash of egos in a sense. But I just left it alone. Like I just never entertained it. Okay. So at that point it was like, oh, okay, he's doing his thing. He's growing in Haiti, and I applaud him. He came a long way. You know what I mean? Even in talent wise, like back then I feel like blah, and then now he's way better. So it's all good. The comparison, I feel like there is no comparison. You can't compare the two. That's how I feel. I feel like he's good at what he does. He's good at the Labo Die. He does this thing more on Haiti's level in a sense. Like which he's on a great platform. I feel like I do things way differently where I cater to a totally different crowd, demographic.
So you feel the crowds are different?
Yeah, very different.
But let me ask you a question. I know if you had the opportunity to do a class new look, would you not do it again?
For the Haitians, yeah.
So
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
So when we gonna get a Tony mix?
No, I don't mind doing
Stax?
it for the Haitians. That's what I said. Like I'm talking about in general, the general comparison. I feel like it makes
So what's the relationship like now?
Oh, nah. I mean, we cool.
Talk.
We got to a point, we got to a point where.
How did that happen? Did it something that just ou juste well fait parce que nous l'autre non programme nous dit hi ou bien est-ce que t'es qu'on parle que t'es fait? How did that come about?
It wasn't really a talk. It was just more so like everybody was trying to make it so negative, and I realized in the business that if you follow certain people and the energy people give you, you might go the total wrong way and do something. And when you do it, it's like, I'm doing Savuli. You know what I mean? So to me, it was more so like we saw each other. I think it was at the last Kuba Fest I played. We saw each other, set it up, and then kind of like squashed it there.
Did you guys talk, or did you just from
no,
the what up?
It was just more of a what up. Like it wasn't really no more to it. Like, what's up was good. And then over time we just chilled. And then one time we was in, I think it was a couple years ago, we was in Haiti for T-Bites weekend. And he came to me, was like, yo, I'm gonna share. He said, honestly, I appreciate what you do. Say I love what you do, etc., etc. Like I don't got no beef with you. At the time, this is what it was. And we at that point we spoke like, nah, it is what it is. You doing your thing, I'm doing mine. And I felt like as Haitians, we have a bigger picture to cater to. So that night was crazy because everybody's pulling out their phones. Oh my God, promoters is there. Oh man, we'll make up blah 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 blah. So from that point, I can't say we're like super close friends, but we talk. Okay. Yo, what's good, bro? We're all in a chat together. Like we have our own Haitian DJ chat.
Oh, cool.
And I'm probably like one of the few. I think it's me and one more person that's outside of Haiti in the chat.
Okay.
So we interact all the time. Cool. Crack jokes. Literally crack jokes on each other. So our interaction is not what people think. People think that we have beef, and it's not that at all.
Let me ask you a question. Being that you do events, and I think Tony does events as well. Like, what is the possibility of you guys working on doing maybe a tour? Because I think that your crowd and his crowd is sufficient to do something in New York, to do something in Boston, to do something in Haiti, something in Miami, something in Paris.
What's funny is we work together. People, I don't know, maybe you don't see, we work together all the time. We're on the same bills, like Griot Fest.
Yeah, it's the same bill, but you know what I mean.
No,
it's not the same thing, just
together.
you and him. You and him, and maybe adding a couple of other DJs, you know, that could really use the push.
Right.
Another couple of other artists that's work with you and work with him. Like you have somebody like Chihuahua, Woodsy Wood Boy, DJ Stax, DJ Tony Mix.
Yeah.
Like that's mon agent serré, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, it's fun. I mean, in the States.
You can tell I've been thinking about this,
in
right?
the States, yes. I guess because in Haiti we do it literally. We're always, like, I literally booked Chihuahua and Ted Bounce and Bullet and all these cats for spring break. So, and Jasper Takeover and every other event we have in Haiti. So to me, our relationship's cool. Like, it's not, but I guess the hindsight of it all. Putting an event together, yeah, we do that. Like,
you really should think about it. Yeah.
So he called me the other day. He wanted to book me for his birthday party. He wanted to do in New York.
That would be great.
So we're cool. Like, you know, it's not.
Let me ask you a question. The Rap Die movement, son mouvement qui prend pied sérieusement in Haiti, now in New York, everywhere. What do you think caused that?
La jeunesse. It's a new sound. It's a new vibe. You can't, and people may want to fight against it. I feel like sometimes it takes for one thing to happen to bring the other thing up. You may have thought, okay, this event, let's say, or this person, this artist, I have Meek Mill right here. Let's have Rick Ross and Meek Mill, give example. And Rick Ross is popping. And then you sign Meek Mill, and Meek Mill blows up bigger than Rick Ross and ends up bringing Rick Ross up. This is an example. So sometimes it takes one thing to bring the other thing. So compa is cool, but if you think about it, compared to all other music genres, it has to be a lot of up tempo. Like everything is, when you think about dancehall, it's all 100 BPMs, 98 BPMs. You think about soca, it's all in the same realm. You think about regular hip hop, R&B, like it's in that vibe. Compa falls in. When you talk about compa love, all the hot songs is like almost compa love. When you say compa love, it's like R&B. Who's playing that on the radio? Like, who's gonna really cater at 2 o'clock in the morning and you're not playing, like, it depends on your set, but you're not gonna sit here and play back to back Mary J. Blige and this, that, and third, unless that's your R&B set. So, Rap or Die now, it just fits into everything, and it's a mix of everything anyway, because Rap or Die obviously, you know, has a lot in it, but it comes from the Afro beats. So if you think about it now, soca, Afro beats, Rap or Die, dancehall, all fits to one. So now it's easier to sell. It's easier for people to dance to and have a good time and turn up. So now, instead of fight it, I said it. I said, yo, Rap or Die, at first it was like, will this last? Because if you think about it, 99.9% of it is not original. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
That even compa has. Like, when you want to sell records and be on the iTunes and do certain things and be on that mainstream platform, it's a totally different ballgame. You have to clear samples. You have to do a lot of stuff. So I feel like it's not original, but it's winning. Now somebody needs to make it original, like do something a little different. I don't know.
DJ Stax ou définitivement dépassé limite DJ, because like I said, it's rarely that you see an event in New York, especially an event that's you know it's gonna be a great event, to not see you on there. Do you feel that you've made it? If so, when did you realize that, or are you still working? Or is there someplace else that you want to get? No, I'm
definitely still working. I definitely don't think I've made it. I think I've broke barriers in a sense. I've, you know, passed certain ceilings, but made it? I can't say I made it. You know, I think I made a name for myself. But me being around other people like the DJ Khaled's and the certain artists outside of the HMI gives you a bigger vision.
Okay.
You know, it's not just do this and do that. It's like, it gives you, like, to me, DJing is just, it's like being on the Southern State, and there's other exits. So now you have to know where you want to go with it. Like me, I want to go into production, or be a part of production. Like the Khaled formula, but times 10. In a sense, where Khaled was a DJ, but then Khaled started making records. Khaled was on the radio. Khaled used the radio to break his records. Like, you know, then you have record labels, and it's all about numbers. So, do I think I made it? No. But I think I know I know for a fact that I'm gonna go way further. There's a lot more I have to do.
Let me ask you this. You just said something. You said Khaled did music and use his platform to to break his music. With you, DJ Stax, in the Haitian music industry, like for example, Ayiti Biyografi, there's a lot of Haitian American artists qui me promote, but I choose to still keep the class, the new look, the compa, not even the compa, the Haitian artists.
Right.
Artists qui pa gen BET KPDO, qui pa gen MTV KPDO, Ayiti Biyografi, I choose to help these artists. And I could be sitting with DJ Stax right now. We're having an interview. We're cool. But if I go to BB King's and this is DJ Stax party, like I treat DJ Stax with a respect. Like so I say superstar, kila. Do you still get that feeling like working with the Haitian music industry? I know that the same way you so did like the fact that you're able to work with DJ Khaled and a lot of American artists, and there's a certain amount of respect that you have for these artists. Do you have that certain amount of respect for our Haitian artists?
Yeah, most definitely.
Like when you're in the presence of somebody like Ali or Richie,
most definitely.
Do you feel like you're with someone who's great?
No, most definitely. Most definitely. Anybody who's in this business that puts in their blood, sweat, and tears, and you grind and you go through everything that we go through, especially in the Haitian music business, yeah, all day.
I don't know why. I'm talking to you, and you know what keeps coming to mind? Like a Kai vibe DJ Stax at BB King's. Is that something that you're thinking about?
Listen.
For some reason, I think that would be a great party.
What? That's my name all over it. Fito. That's my name all over it. All over it. Nah.
You're working. What's the next? What's up next for DJ Stax?
I mean, in terms of events, I try to create, I'm always trying to create something new. So I have like a throwback brunch coming up.
Okay.
Haiti, that's why I take over. Not necessarily a takeover. I don't really, that was just the name we gave it, but it's more so just bringing a different vibe. Cause like last year, was it last year? Last year, like was probably like my second time in Haiti for Christmas. And it was like, whoa, like this is different. Everybody's out here, and all the promoters and everybody's like they want to book. So they're booking me for a lot of the major events like Afro Reggae and stuff like that. So we're also creating a vibe. And just working on Spring Break in Haiti, working on Miami Takeover. I feel like those big weekends are things that can outlive me. Like I want those to be things that, when my son grows up and it's like he has something in his lap if he chooses. It's a business, so it's not just DJ and parties. To me, it's all business now. So, I'm working on a lot. Also production, like I told you, like Khaled route. I say Khaled because he's been very successful in it. So the Khaled route, and when I say it, meaning I want to bring a different light to it, like do an R&B record. Let's say I get my brain maybe is crazy, it might not have, but let's say I got Trey Songz, but I got Michael Giga on a call out, like my brain is always around it. So I want to bring that type of light to where you have to bring them to your world, because they're not gonna just come to your world if they feel like it. They might pop up here and there, but I feel like the music industry, the HMI, could be way further. One, if all the artists actually do work together, like do features. Only very handful of people do that. Like Shaba would do it. I think T-Joe has done it. Like do features, but sell the feature itself as a single. If you think about it, if you look at the American music industry and even dancehall, you'll have like I'm just giving an example, Tony Braxton featuring Lil Wayne and such, and it brings different worlds together. So all these artists that are beefing, like I said. I was around the White Club for years. Never cared to take a picture. Maybe because I was used to being around him. So it's like, I'll be chill. So we took a picture. He was like, yo, why don't we want a picture together? We took a picture, put it up. Somebody who may not ever like me, didn't care for me, but is a big White Club fan, is automatically my fan now because I'm with him.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to cross the world. You have to take pictures. These artists don't understand the media. Like, you see T-Joe and you see Michael, take a picture. It's not you being a susu. It's not you being sumu.
Yeah, people feel that way.
It's not.
And that's the reason why I pose a question, like when you're around the Richies and the Arlies and the Michael Giga and the Richard Cave, do you feel like you're around a superstar? Because a lot of times, like Munka wear Chris Brown, you cool y'all for photo, but they wear Richard, they don't feel, you feel que y a pas de figure, Yeah. So now, DJ Stax, your word has a lot of value, right? What's the hottest compas song out right now? If you in a club and you want to get people pumping, what you playing right now?
I'm in the club and want to get people pumping.
We got the vibes, we got the Kai, we got the class, we got the new look. We got a lot of things. We got the harmonique.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on where I'm at in the party.
Okay.
So let's say I want to start my combat set and I know it's an automatic banger, incroyable. Automatic, people on the dance floor.
All right. Nous t'en le femme incroyable black dit nous ça. Après DJ Stax nous confirme. Nous confirme.
Depending on where I'm at or what I'm doing. And I say that because people may not realize that a lot of songs, the beginning of the song plays a major role.
Okay.
Major role. Whereas I'll drop incroyable to start my set faster than I'll drop a malade.
Okay.
Or a concert.
Okay.
Because certain parts of the song is like, there's that anticipation.
Okay.
Bagla is another one.
Okay.
Automatically start a set. Bagla, automatic.
Yeah, I like Bagla too.
Right? So I feel like it depends on where I'm at in the event, but you know what's funny? I do a lot of weddings, right? Plenty of weddings. And I don't care if it's a Haitian Jamaican wedding or a Trinity Haitian wedding. You know, it's Haitian people there. Haitian music always starts the party. I don't care if I could have been playing reggae for an hour. It does not matter. The minute I start that combat set is what brings everybody together, and we go from there.
Pumba Femanti, I don't remember which event it was, but I remember one time hearing Mr. C say, DJ Stax told me this is one of the hottest songs right now, and he dropped the Kemba Sote. Right. Is that your go-to song?
No, I mean, I feel like it's the universal song. I feel like at the end of the day, you know, whether you like compa, don't like compa, you like zouk, you like this, I feel like at a certain hype, a certain point, that's just like just a historical record. I feel like that's a big record. People are like, oh, Stax 2 drops your Kemba Sote, okay. But if you think about it, on that level, what other records, how many other records can you play that the world knows? Global records, you know, other than Zoukla, Kasa, which everybody thought was, oh my God, which way Haitian record, that's what you want to play. So, you know, I feel like it's just one of those records where it always works. You can't go against it. There's no way in hell you're gonna play Kemba so that people gonna sit there. Impossible.
All right, we had the one and only DJ Stax. We covered a lot of things. This was a great interview. I really appreciate you coming out here because I know, you know, everybody that comes here that's been here thus far are people that are really, really busy. People, I'm going to because you're going to be somewhere either tonight or tomorrow. 2 hours. Like, you don't have no time to sit. I know there's a lot of events that you're working on. Chloe's is one of the places that you play very often. Yeah, I know they have the Sunday takeovers that, you know, is something that just started. What is DJ Stax? Where can we find DJ Stax next?
I mean, on social media.
Yeah.
Follow me on DJ Stakz on all platforms. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, probably Black Planet.
High five.
High five. Remember that. That's on social media networks. Next event I have coming up, I'm working on a throwback brunch party.
Okay.
So I did I did a brunch party in Miami that was very successful. So, you know, bringing it around. So I'm doing a throwback brunch party. Then, you know, through the course, you know, like I said, my focus, spring break.
Okay.
Big focus, spring break, Miami takeover, my birthday party. And then, you know, other than that, we have other things working on, production, stuff like that. And, you know, that's it. Also, shouts to my sponsor, Monster, official sponsor. Definitely working on a lot of events with them. And, you know, that's like NASCAR, X Games, and you know, all that stuff.
So the sponsorship are coming in.
Oh, yeah. It's a different business. It's a different business. It's big business. So, yeah, you know, I'm out here.
All right, everybody, it was a pleasure. The time has come for us to say bye to DJ Stax. J'aime dire nous c'est ton plaisir et DJ Stax nous connaît qu'a fait un pile belle et travail dans la communauté haïtienne and beyond. Ça veut dire le plus souvent depuis nous besoin de DJ qui pour représenter la communauté, it's always the one and only Haitian King of New York, DJ Stax. Stax, shout out to Boss Life, you know, Boss Life family. Et tout le monde qui a travaillé sérieusement avec DJ Stax. Like I told you guys, any big event that's in New York City, definitely you will see him on the flyer. So far, I have a lot of events coming up. The Griot Fest, DJ Stax will be in the house. We have November 24th, Brothers Productions present their Thanksgiving weekend, which is going to be Class Vibe at Amazura, DJ Stax, of course. December 14th, we have Zenglin, Amy Michel Class, DJ Stax, DJ Nape, hosted by Tadia. Haitian Beats 10th anniversary, and so many more. December 22nd, Impossible Vibe Harmonique, Annie Allaire, DJ Stax, of course, DJ Jimmy. Like so many events. It's very rare pour un programme fait dans New York City qui sont gros programme pour pas DJ Stax. Nan bila, même les pas faire mettre parce que vous connaissez ça garantie moun yo. C'est un plaisir. It was a pleasure. Thank you for everybody that was tuned in. Next Sunday, we're working on having one of the greatest drummers in the business in the house, Shedley Abraham. Et t'as supposé là avec nous dimanche, so make sure que nous brancher. Nous connaissons depuis me dit Shedley, c'est pas extraordinaire, gros ba net qui pral fait. C'était Biyografi Lari, non pas m'se Kit Kat, l'autre dimanche à 1h sur KreyolJam. Pas oublier Musication is up next. Thank you for tuning in.
DJ Stax!
International.